overboard. A 21-year-old from Northeast Ohio vanishes from a cruise ship while the Coast Guard searches. Friends and family wait and worry.
He was so happy to go. He's all pumped. He was supposed to call me when he got on the boat, and he never did.
Daniel DePiro was on board a Royal Caribbean ship when it left Florida for the Bahamas. Tonight, no one knows where Daniel is.
Fox 8 News reporter Kathleen Cochran live in the newsroom, though, with details tonight. Kathleen?
Hi, Bill and Stacy. Well, Daniel grew up in Canfield, and his friends say he was so excited about this trip. It was supposed to be a getaway for 7 high school buddies. But now Daniel has vanished, and his friends here at home are left in shock.
I didn't feel real, you know, it didn't seem like it was real. Like for a second there, it didn't seem, I couldn't get a grasp of it.
David Willison can't believe that his best friend since 2nd grade, Dan DePiro, is missing.
I helped him pack and stuff for the trip, so, you know, it just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like, it just, you know, you see it happen to other people on TV and stuff, and you never think it happened to one of your best friends.
21-year-old Dan boarded Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas on Sunday. David says Dan and 6 other guys from Canfield had been planning this trip for months. But by Monday morning, Dan was missing. A spokesman for Royal Caribbean said in a statement that Dan is seen in surveillance video. They say he is seen standing at the ship's railing. However, most of the time he was reclining in a deck chair. The young man did not spend the night in his stateroom and was reported missing at approximately 11 a.m. Monday. David says an aunt and stepmother of one of the young men also went on the cruise, which left from Port Canaveral and was headed to the Caribbean. David was also supposed to go.
They invited me to go, but I got work. I had too many things going on. I ate all his clothes, you know. He's getting all his outfits up, ready to go get some chicks and stuff, so I hope he's all right.
Dan's house in Canfield is now quiet. His family rushed to Florida to try and find their son. A spokesman for the cruise line also says the company is fully supporting the search and investigation in numerous ways, including the collection of onboard records, videos, and statements, and preserving the area on Deck 4 and the young man's stateroom for investigators. You may remember just last summer, 26-year-old Alan Smith disappeared on a Royal Caribbean cruise. He was on his honeymoon and has never been found. Now in Canfield, Dan's friends are waiting and hoping for the best.
I want to say there's hope just because, you know, I hope he's hanging in there.
Well, the Coast Guard is now searching the waters between the Florida coast and Coco Cay. The FBI is also searching for Dan DePiro. Bill and Stacey.
Well, they have some evidence, Kathleen, you said, to talk about some videotapes, or maybe there's more.
Right, there is some surveillance video that they have not released yet, but they have been looking at those tapes.
Okay, thank you, Kathleen. Well, a sex scandal in a local school district as a bus driver is arrested for having sex with students. Fox 8 News reporter Jack Shea says the woman at the center of this scandal has decided to quit her job.
27-year-old Heather Botner is a bus driver for the Nordonia Hills School District. Macedonia police say Botner's trouble began when she began separate romantic relationships with 2 boys, 15 and 17 years old, who attend Nordonia High School.
She got to know these kids while driving the school bus. They began to communicate on the computer.
Investigators say at one point Botner sent a photo of herself topless and in a provocative pose to one of the boys. She also purchased alcohol for the teens and made the drug Vicodin available during get-togethers at her home in this trailer court. It led to sex between the bus driver and the 2 teenagers. Once faculty members at Nordonia High School heard about what was going on, Heather Botner was questioned and then immediately resigned.
I feel very good that we were able to confront her right away as soon as we heard something, so that you know, if something was going on, it stopped immediately.
Heather Botner now faces charges that include 3 counts of sexual battery. Authorities say the case illustrates the need for parents to monitor what their children are doing on the computer.
You need to know who they're talking to and why, what they're saying, and otherwise you can have some serious problems.
Heather Botner has pleaded not guilty to the sexual battery charges, but authorities say their investigation has not yet been completed, and she could face additional charges for her alleged relationships with students. Jack Shea, Fox 8 News.
Botner was released from jail after posting a $5,000 bond.
Sportscaster Bruce Drennan facing prison time after pleading guilty to tax evasion. Now, the longtime radio personality pled guilty to filing false tax returns for 2003 and 2004. In a deal with prosecutors, Drennan will get 5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest when he's sentenced come July. Drennan tells Fox 8, quote, "Thank God they find that I have not violated federal statutes on bookmaking. I am being punished because I bet on games and won and did not declare it on my taxes." The gambling investigation cost Drennan his broadcasting job, but he hosts an internet sports show.
Questions surrounding a local politician involved in a drunk accident. Tonight, some people want to know if he received special treatment. State Representative Tim Castle slammed into the back of a car on Heisley Road early Friday morning. The other driver, Amanda Nebbia, says she told police that Castle tried to leave the scene, but before her statement made it to prosecutors, Castle had already pled guilty to DUI and was sentenced.
I just don't think it's exactly fair. I just think he should be punished a little more severely just because of the hit and run.
No one is above the law, and that includes state representatives or anyone else, and that he was treated exactly the same as you if you came into my courtroom if it was a first-time offense and the facts were similar.
The Mentor City prosecutor says she has decided not to charge Castle with leaving the scene since he was on the scene and cooperating with police. A police chase ends with a deadly crash that sends 3 more people to the hospital. Last night, police in Kirtland Hills tried to pull over a car on I-90 for a traffic violation. They say the driver took off, exited on Center Street, and sped north, slamming into 3 cars right there in Mentor. The 26-year-old driver from Pennsylvania died. The drivers of the other cars suffered minor injuries.
Well, it was a bittersweet victory for the Cavaliers last night as they played and won, but with heavy hearts. Here's Tony Rizzo with more. T.
Guys, the Cavaliers showed a lot of class today in supporting their fellow teammate Larry Hughes and his family. The entire team and coaching staff, plus owner Dan Gilbert, GM Danny Ferry, flew to St. Louis this morning, joining hundreds of people in attending the service for Justin Hughes, Larry's brother, who was born with a heart defect and had a transplant in 1997. The brothers were close. Larry chose to play his lone season of college basketball at St. Louis University in part to stay near his brother. But today, basketball was the furthest thing from everyone's mind.
It was a sad feeling, sad sight, but we had a chance to go out there and meet some of his relatives, meet some of his family and stuff, so it was all worth it.
Some of us got emotional, some of us didn't, but it was tough to sit there and watch that, but we needed to be there.
It was good for us to be there in support of Larry and his family. I think probably meant a lot to him and his family for us to be there, and it's a tough time.
Cavaliers flew to Detroit. Larry Hughes still with his family in St. Louis. It's not known whether or not he will rejoin the team in time for tomorrow's Game 5.
What does it say about all these guys, the owner, the GM, all going to support this guy?
Cavaliers are a first-class organization. Dan Gilbert runs it that way, and they are deeply respected for that.
Thank you, Tate. Sure.
Well, a police officer clutches his wife as they listen to the 911 call describing his close encounter with death.
There's an accident on 71 northbound, right between, right past Bagley Road. There's an officer down. He got hit by a car.
Middleburg Heights police officer Ryan Nagy had just been rammed by a motorist along I-71 and was bleeding badly. So badly, his leg had to be amputated. If not for friends' quick response, he might have died.
I can't thank them enough for what they did as far as getting me here and making me be able to get back to my family. And if I never get back to work, but I'm back with my family, then I'm okay with that.
Officer Nagy's friends were among 5 teams of rescuers honored at Metro Health Medical Center for going above and beyond the call of duty.
Talk about the weather here. Talk about waterlogged. The rain in northeast Ohio just doesn't want to stop. Lawns aren't getting cut, and if they are, it requires twice the effort. Gutters in homes clogging. Water is starting to seep into basements as well. Experts say take a few minutes between the showers to clean your gutters and keep that extra water away from your foundation.
A little 5-minute, hey, let's get up on the roof, clean the gutters, check our downspout lines, could save you thousands of dollars.
A moist basement can also lead to mold problems. The health department recommends drying up everything as quickly as possible.
Talking about what to do, there could be more rain problems on the way. Dick Goddard has the first look at your forecast coming up.
Well, some people thought it was a hoax. Now the 9/11 video of the attack on the Pentagon is finally released.